Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you some branded combos. Some of you guys requested it in the comments that they want to see some combos and yeah, some combo tutorial, and yeah, I'm gonna do it in this video. And I also want to extend this video a bit. I want to show you the combos with Romarin, what you can do with her, but I want to also show you the combos with some Dracotail cards, because you have one card combos with branded fusion and you have like two card combos with branded and Cartesia. And the thing is, the one card combo with brand fusion and Romarin, like normal summoning Aluber into Romarin, is like pretty underwhelming, because you basically end on a Mirror Jade, which is not a lot, but the one card combo with Frixiol is way better. So I'm also right now testing and building a Dracotail branded list, which includes those two cards and some other cards of the Dracotail engine. But yeah, I'm testing this right now, and I'm also gonna show you the combos in this video. Alright, the first thing is I'm gonna show you the combos with Romarin, so that you can see why it's better to actually play some Dracotail cards even though they can brick. The first combo I want to show you with Romarin is the one card Aluber combo, and yeah, you just need Aluber for that. You normal summon Aluber and get branded fusion, activates the effect of branded fusion, then you send Romarin, and also you send Fall of Albus and fuse into the Albion. Then you use Albion Chaining 1 and Chaining 2 is the Romarin. Romarin sends the Abulomelides, yeah, good name, and or the Garden Rosemaid, whatever you play. And then Chaining 1 fuses the Abulomelides and the Albus into Mirror Jade. And basically here you end on Albion, Aluber, Albion and Mirror Jade. If you have something more in the hand right here to fuse the Albion, it's like the better way. But only branded fusion only also gets you to Mirror Jade, which is kind of fine, but it's way better if you see what the one card combo in with Frixiol can do, which I'm gonna show you now. Alright, same thing again. We only have Aluber, use Aluber effect, get branded fusion, then we activate branded fusion and send Frixiol and also Fallen of Albus to go again into Albion, the branded dragon, and then use the effect of Albion and Chaining 2 is Frixiol. Frixiol right here sets you the Rahu, and then Albion fuses. Right here I want to fuse the Frixiol and also the Aluber. So those get banished, and we also get a text dragon, the Masquerade, on the board. And yeah, then we use Rahu. The thing is, right here with this one card combo, we have to have another monster in hand. So it's actually important that you have a monster in hand. If you don't have a monster in hand, there could be anything else that lets you play, right? So let's pretend we only have like those non-engine that we play. We have like Drone Lockbird and or a Kaiju. So this is the only non-engine. So the only way when it's the one card combo, you kind of have a monster in hand. Then we just send one monster and also the Dracotail Pen to the graveyard to special summon the Gulamel. And then we use Pen's effect to set the Dracotail Flame and also destroy one monster on the field, which is really important. We can also destroy our own monsters. We want to destroy Albion right here, so this one can use its graveyard effect. Then we go into the end phase, use the effect of Albion, and we get ourselves branded in red. We actually don't have to get this to the hand. We can actually set it right here and use it in the opponent's turn. Right here we have a whole lot more than just Mirror Jade. We have Albus in graveyard with the brand in red. And we also have the Dracotail Flame. We have a Masquerade, which burns, which is actually kind of nasty against a lot of decks. And we have the Gulama. So if the opponent doesn't play really smart and normal summons first something, then uses Flame, we just use Flame to negate something. And then we can also pop with Gulama. So this is kind of 2 interruptions, but you also get a draw. You can shuffle back the Phyrexial and yeah, I don't know, get another draw, maybe like another useless card like Droll or something, another card you have in your deck, and then we can use the branded in red, add back the Albus, and then fuse Gulamel and Albus into Mirror Jade, right? And then from here on we can use Mirror Jade, send something from the extra deck, for example Ash Dragon right here, banish something, and then even if our whole board gets removed, we still have Ash Dragon in the end phase. Ash Dragon can special summon the Quem, and Quem can can send the Cartesia, and Cartesia can add itself back, and then we have follow up in the next turn, right? And we can play. So this is like, I think, way better than just having the Mirror Jade, because also the Masquerade can come back. So this is way more utility. You also draw a card. So playing this small Dracotail engine can really do a lot right here. And I think it's kind of right to play it. Okay, now for the 2-card combo with Fusion Deployment and Aluber. The important thing is this only works when you have Fusion Deployment, and if you hard draw Cartesia, you have to play it differently. You get a similar board, but you cannot afford to banish Albus. So in the other combo with the Phyrexial, the Dracotails, it works the same way if you draw Fusion Deployment or Cartesia, so this also makes it a bit better, right? So I'm firstly gonna show you this one, and use Fusion Deployment, special summon the Cartesia, then normal summon the Aluber, and get the Brand Fusion, use Brand Fusion, send Aluber and the Romarin, and then we go for the Albion, then Albion 1, Romarin 2, and right here we could chain the Blazing Cartesia, but we don't have to right now because we have the Romarin. We can send the Abumelides and then special summon the Mirror Jade, banish the Abumelides and the Albus, special summon Mirror Jade, and then use the effect of Cartesia. Fuse Cartesia and Albion, and then we get the Grangoniol. Then use the effect of Grangoniol. We send Ash Dragon from the extra deck to the graveyard, and then we go into the end phase. In the end phase, we use Titaniclad effect, special summon the Quem, then Quem effect sends a form of Albus right here, and then we use the effect of Albion the Branded Dragon, get Branded Red, then we add actually the Branded Red to our hand, then use Branded Red on Fall of Albus, and then we banish either what we have to want to have here. I think it's the right way to just banish Albus and Aluber, to special summon the Masquerade, and then we can trigger the Quem, and the Quem reborns the Cartesia. So what we have right here is a super strong board, because you can use Mirror Jade twice. So in the opponent's turn, we just go Mirror Jade effect, send Albion, and yeah, then banish something. Then we go Cartesia effect, fuse Mirror Jade and Cartesia, or we could also fuse Grangoniol, right, to get to the Dracotail, and then use the effect of Quem, special summon Ice Blade again. Then we could use its effect again to send, I don't know, maybe Rindrum, even though we have no Albus in this combo in the graveyard, which sucks a bit. And if our board like gets removed, they remove the Masquerade or something, we can actually use a Grangoniol, and with the Grangoniol we can bring out the Quadratus. So we have a lot of interruptions here, also with Dracotail, double Mirror Jade, a lot of follow-up. So this is still a strong board, but it loses against a lot of things because we only have like the monsters as interruptions. So if we get Dark Ruler, this hurts a lot. Which is also gets fixed because in the Dracotail engine, because you will have Flame set, which I'm gonna show you now. Okay, let's say we have Cartesia and also Aluber and 3 random monster like 3 Drawn Lockbird or something like that. Right here, this works the same way if you have Fusion Deployment or Cartesia, so it really doesn't matter if you have this or this card, which actually is a huge advantage because we play to Cartesia in this deck, so we can do this combo more often. So I'm just going to show you how it works with Cartesia. You just, as always, norm summon the Albus and get yourself the Brand Fusion, then use the Fusion. You send the Frixial here and also an Albus, and then we fuse into Albion. Then we use Albion and Frixial. Frixial sets us the Rahu, and Albion fuses now. We won't go into Mirror Jade right here because we want to have Albus in the graveyard so we can special summon the Cartesia. So we just banish the Aluber and also the Frixial because this is a light monster, we can just easily go into the Masquerade. And we also have Rahu now set. Then we special summon the Cartesia, and we use Cartesia's effect to fuse Albion and Cartesia into Grangoniol. Then use Grangoniol and send Ash Dragon that we can use so that we can use in the end phase. And then we can use Rahu. If we don't have a monster here in this combo in the hand, which is really unlikely, but if we don't have, we just set the Flame here instead. So we cannot use Rahu then here because it's not actually that important to use Rahu here because we don't have to pop with the Gulamel. But I'm just gonna show you the full combo, and yeah, we just use a monster we don't need in our hand, or maybe we have a tragedy or something that we want to trigger, right? And then we fuse the one monster in our hand and the pen from our deck, and then we special summon Gulamel. And then we use Pan Effect to set the Flame. And the good thing is when we fuse for Gulamel right here, we actually have another extra deck monster that we can banish from Mirror Jade, which is Gulamel pretty good for. Then we go into the end phase, we trigger the Ash Dragon. Ash Dragon special summons Quem. Then we use Quem Effect, send a second Albus, which will be important now, because now we use the effect of Albion. Albion adds to our hand Branded in Red. Then we use the Branded in Red, target the Albus, and add it to our hand. And then we banish the Gulamel and the Albus to special summon good old Mirror Jade. And then we have to trigger the Quem to special summon the Cartesia. And right here, we have a super strong board because now we're actually safe against Dark Ruler or whatever because we have the Dracotail Flame, which is like super strong against that. And we can also draw a card on top. Then it's the opponent's turn. Then we can, yeah, if they have like, let's say Dark Ruler, we just use the Flame, shuffle back Gulamel. I think Gulamel right here is better because we don't, we only play like one Gulamel and we don't want to fuse again because we have no targets in our deck, so we don't want to draw Frixial or something like that. So it's just better to have it in the extra deck, so we cannot top deck Frixial. And then we draw a card, let's say it's a useless card, a Kaiju or something like that. And yeah, then we can use Mirror Jade. Right here, we actually have the Albus in graveyard, so we can send the Rindram. And then we can use Cartesia's effect to fuse Mirror Jade and also Grangoniol into the Dracotail to have another interruption to negate. And then we use Quem effect to reborn Mirror Jade. Then we can use Mirror Jade again to send Albion as follow-up. And then if they manage to remove something from our board, let's say Masquerade or something like that, because this one burns all the time, it's kind of annoying for them, then we can use a Rindrum's effect to reborn the Albus, banish the Rindrum, then use Albus effect, discard the card we draw or drew or something else, right? Fuse Albus and one of their monster into the Sprint. You could also play a second Titanic Clad, which is also kind of okay in this deck, but I think Sprint is also nice to have. So this is like infinite interruptions right here. We also still, if they remove something else, right, say they remove the Sprint, we also have like Grangonol, which we can also trigger. So to special summon the Quarites, we have more cards to special summon right here than we can actually special summon, because all our summons are blocked, right? So this is like a lot of interruptions. It's really layered and really hard to play through. I think it's a super strong combo, and it shows what the Dracotail cards actually can do. There is also something else that the Dracotail engine actually can do for you, because yeah, sometimes you draw Tragedy and no way else to use it, and yeah, if you get this into the graveyard, this one lets you actually combo. So if you try it together with Rahu, this is combo. So I'm gonna show you how. You use the Rahu, send Tragedy from the hand, and also send Pan from your deck. It's kind of important right here that it's Pan, because you want to be at the dragon. And then we fuse for the Gulamel. It's always the Gulamel here because we don't want to spend the extra points into the Athelion. It would be better if we had an Athelion, but we cannot afford to play him. So it has to be Gulamel. And then we use Pan Tragedy. Pan right here sets us the flame. Set us the flame, and then Tragedy adds us the Aluber. Then we normal summon the Aluber, you use the effect, get Brand Fusion. Then we activate Brand Fusion, send Albus and also Cartesia right here, which is kind of important to have. And then we special summon Albion. And right here we do something pretty cheesy, pretty good, I think. We use Albion's effect to banish the Pan and also the Gulamel from the field. And we special summon right here Secretarian. Secretarian here lets us reborn the Cartesia. Use the effect of Secretarian, target Albus and Cartesia. The Albus goes back into our deck. We special summon the Cartesia. And then use the effect of Cartesia, and we fuse Albion and also Cartesia to go into Grangonol. Then we use Grangonol's effect to send Ash Dragon into the graveyard, and then we go into the end phase. In the end phase, we use Ash Dragon. Ash Dragon specials as Quam. Quam effect, send Fall of Albus. Then we use the effect of Albion, get us Brandon Red. Then we activate Brandon Red, target Albus, and we fuse the Secretarian Dragon and Albus into Merjade. Then we can use the Quam, special summon back the Cartesia. So we have a pretty strong board by only drawing the Rahu and the Tragedy, which lets us do a whole lot. Then it's the opponent's turn, and we have the Flame to negate, and right here it's actually important to shuffle back the Gulamel and draw a card, right? Anything else, because we still have the Frixiel on deck. So if we get to another Rahu, we can actually use it. So it's kind of important here to shuffle back the Gulamel. Then we can use Mirror Jade, send to the graveyard the Albion, then use the effect of Cartesia, fuse the Mirror Jade, and yeah, probably the Grangonol into Dracotail. We could also go for Masquerade right here, but I think that's fine. and then we can reborn with Quem, the Mirror Jade. Then we can use the Mirror Jade again. Right here, we don't have an Albus in graveyard, so it's not really good to send Rindbram. We can just send the Sprint, so we can get an Albus in the end phase. And yeah, this is still a lot of interruptions. We have the Dracotail, we have the double Mirror Jade, we have the Negate with Flame, so this is a whole lot. We still have also the Grangoniol to special summon something, so it can actually help you to get into your combo if you get Rahu and like a Tragedy. Alright, thank you so much for watching. That's it for the combo tutorial, and I'm also gonna release an updated deck profile for the Dracotail version of the branded deck, which you can play these new combos in the next days when I'm finished with testing it and like having the correct ratios. Then I will release it, and you guys can see how I want to play it. I'm struggling a bit with keeping the card count down, because you're playing a lot of more engine, but I still want to have some non-engine in the deck, so I kind of have to cut some cards, but I have to figure out how I want to play it. Stay tuned, I will post a video when it's finished. Thank you so much for watching, and see ya.